Divine rising days and nights. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality by Dr. CHEIKH. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel. Peace, YouTube. Welcome. All right. So we just had a wonderful grocery giveaway here live from the light in LA. And wow. So I had to meditate and I was like, yeah, let me come read and then go back to meditation. What a beautiful rising. Oh man, it was. And now it's time for the great hour of restoration. So it's hard now. We pick up in a new chapter. Chapter 5. Could Egyptian civilization be of Asian origin? Page 100. All right, here we go. The start of chapter 5. Could Egyptian civilization be of Asian origin? Here, as in all that has preceded it, is most important to distinguish between what can be deduced from a strict examination of historical documents and what is claimed over and beyond those documents contrary to their testimony. To assign Egyptian civilization an Asiatic or any foreign origin whatsoever, we must be able to demonstrate the prior existence of a cradle of civilization outside of Egypt. However, we cannot overemphasize the fact that this basic, indispensable condition has never been met. Nowhere else had natural conditions favored the development of a human society to the same extent as in Egypt. Nowhere else do we find a Chalcolithic industry comparable in its technical perfection. Moreover, apart from some stations of uncertain age in Palestine, no trace of man earlier than 4000 BCE exists in Syria or Mesopotamia. By that date, the Egyptians had their feet on the threshold of their history proper. It is then reasonable to attribute this precocious development of Egypt's first inhabitants to their own genius and to the exceptional conditions in the Nile Valley. Nothing proves that it was due to the incursion of more civilized strangers. The very existence of such, or at least of their civilization, remains to be proved. By and large, these observations by Morey are still irrefutable today. The author alludes to the date 4241 BCE, 4236 after a slight correction of the first calculations, when the calendar was definitely in use in Egypt. Thus, it is in Egypt that we encounter with mathematical certainty humanity's most ancient historical date. What do we find in Mesopotamia? Nothing susceptible of being dated with certainty. Mesopotamia was still building with sun-dried bricks made of clay that rain transformed into a mass of mud. Egypt's pyramids, temples, and obelisks, its abundance of columns at Luxor and Karnak, its avenues of sphinxes, the colossi of Memnon, its rock carvings, its underground temples with proto-Doric columns, De el Bahari, at Thebes, are an architectural reality still palpable today. Historical evidence that no dogma can blow into the thin air. In contrast, what did Iran, Elam, and Mesopotamia produce prior to the 8th century epic of the Assyrians? Only shapeless clay mounds. Peace, highest heart, love, divine days and nights. So, we had the burial for him. Oh, thank you so much. Peace, she says, peace and sunlight. Thank gratitude. Divine days, Coco. Peace, Goddess Oracle. All right, here we go. We're on page 101. These mounds have been heralded as ruins of crumbling temples and towers that it is hoped to restore. Thus, a British archaeologist, Seton Lloyd, is restoring the interior of the hypothetical Babylonian temple of the second or third millennium, reproduced by Breasted. This restoration is to be carried out with excavations undertaken by the Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago. Such restorations, including that of the Tower of Babel, are extremely serious for the history of mankind because of the illusion they can create. The remains of these Babylonian tower buildings are very scanty, and there has been much difference of opinion regarding the proper form of restoration. In Egypt, the study of history rests largely on such written documents as the Palermo or Palermo stone, the royal tablets of Abydos, the royal papyrus of Turin, and Manetho's chronicle. To those authentic documents, we must add the whole body of evidence reported by ancient writers, from Herodotus to Diodorus, not to mention the text of the pyramids, the Book of the Dead, and thousands of inscriptions on the monuments. In Mesopotamia, it was fruitless to seek anything similar. The cuneiform tablets generally carry nothing but merchants' accounts. Tersely written receipts and bills. The ancients remained silent about the alleged Mesopotamian culture prior to the Chaldeans. They consider the latter a caste of Egyptian astronomer priests, that is to say, Negroes. According to the Egyptians, Diodorus reports the Chaldeans were a colony of their priests that Belus had transported on the Euphrates and organized on the model of the mother caste. And this colony continues to cultivate the knowledge of the stars, knowledge that it brought from the homeland. So it is that Chaldean formed the root of the Greek word for astrologer, the Tower of Babel, a step pyramid similar to the Tower of Saqqara, also known as Beer's Nimrod, and Temple of Baal, was probably the astronomical observatory of the Chaldeans. Peace, highest heart, love, divine days and nights. Thank you, Hunter. Awesome. Peace, Hunter. Oh, thank you so much. Hunter down, Dory. 1, 2, 3, 4. We honor you. All right. We're going in. We just started the 5th chapter. And yeah, it's getting good. So this chapter is, could Egyptian civilization be of Asian origin? And so we're on page 102. It's been a great day and we've done a lot of work. We did the grocery giveaway today. We had meditation. We doing all worked out. We're running, like that's what we do. I told you that's what we have to do as a light. They cannot outwork us. They can never outwork me. It's not even possible. Yes, that's right. Yes. Power up and then go out into the world and do it. And that's what we do. That's what meditation is for. That's what reading books and being in this peaceful part of the chimes are going crazy right now. We're in crow level. Wow. Thank you so much. I see the hearts and love. Thank you so much. Divine rising and highest heart love. Mm. And look, in Hunter, you're here, and look at this, how it comes. This fits in for Nimrod, son of Cush, grandson of Ham, the biblical ancestor of the blacks, is the symbol of worldly power. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, hence the saying, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babylon, Erech, and Akkad, all of them in the land of Shinar. From the region, Azur went forth. Yes! Azur. Mm, we do what we want at peace. What then would be more normal than the existence of step pyramids in Saqqara, in Babylon, Cushite city of Bel, in the Ivory Coast, in the form of bronze weights, and in Mexico, where Negro immigration across the Atlantic is attested by Mexican authors and archaeologists themselves? Since Western Asia was the cradle of the Indo Europeans, if a civilization comparable to that of Egypt had flowered there prior to the Chaldean period, its memory, no matter how vague, would have been transmitted to us by the ancients, who formed one branch of the Indo Europeans, and very ones who furnish so many corroborative testimonials in the Negro Egyptian culture. According to the short chronology, 3,200 years before Christ, Egypt was unified into a kingdom under Menes. In Western Asia, nothing similar occurred. Instead of a powerful unified kingdom, we find only cities: Susa, Ur, Lagash, Mari, Mahdi, Sumer, attested sometimes by anonymous tombs that are dubbed royal tombs without any proof. Thus, elevated so kingly rank are persons who were either fictitious or merely village or town patriarchs. Today, in every Sinhalese village, one can find a family who claims to be its founder. The oldest member of such a family is often the patriarch of the village in question and the object of a certain difference on the part of its inhabitants. Nevertheless, 2,000 years hence, it would be absurd to give him the title of king and speak of king of Koki, Jad, Koki Gi, Koki Dahar, and so on the significance of the so called royal tombs of Ur. Dr. Georges Contino writes, in the presence of the royal sepulchres, we may wonder whether kings were really involved and whether we should not connect these tombs with the fertility cult. As matter of fact, what strikes us that The occupants of these tombs are, so to speak, anonymous. M.S. Smith thinks that these tombs may contain not real kings, but actors in the sacred drama presented at festivals where the principal protagonist was sacrifice, where the principal protagonist was sacrifice. The inventor of the tombs, Sir Leonard Woolley, denies this categorically, describing this sensational discovery of the royal tombs. I pointed out quite naturally that the Scythians much later practiced similar rites, though we have never had the good fortune to find a Mesopotamian tomb intact beyond the royal tombs of Ur, and though we have never encountered explicit documents on the continuity of the funeral ritual revealed by the excavations at Ur, a few tablets nonetheless throw a bit of light on the somewhat weakened persistence of that practice. A letter dating from the Assyrian epic of the Sargonites informs us that the son of the governor of Akkad and other places has gone to his destiny, as has the lady of the palace, and that both have been buried. It is regrettable that the vague documents available date from so recent a period, 8th century BCE. It is no less regrettable that the comparison, which comes quite naturally to mind, is the with Scythian customs as described by Herodotus in the 5th century. In fact, on referring to the same descriptions quoted by Dr. Contino Third, 1556, we realize that it is impossible to be more savage and barbarous than the Scythians. Consequently, we are far from the traces of a civilization that could be claimed as the mother of Egyptian civilization. We'll pause right here. Whew. We're in the 5th chapter, page 103 is where we will pick up when we reconvene of the African origin of civilization, myth, or reality by Dr. CHEIKH, edited and translated by Mercer Cook. Fine days and nights. Thank you so much for being here and reading with us. Woo! That's so good. We're in the 5th chapter. Yes. I wish you had a wonderful day, man, managing all the energies that's coming through. Uranus and the sun. Going to meditate with that energy. Still meditating with crow energy right now. We've leveled up. All right. Let's give some special love to our friends and solar returns that are today and coming up. I wish you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Happy Wednesday. We're here for it all. Fine days and nights. I love you. Thank you. I love 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 you. Excellent. Gotcha. Love water. We love our friends and family, you know. It's a way of honoring them, as well as the ones that's elevated. Demetrius, I miss you so much. You're right here with us. That's why sometimes I just grab crystals and I name them. So we buried our friend recently with onyx stone and avocado seeds. so thankful and grateful for all I have now and all that is coming to me. Breathe with me. Thank you for reading with me. Wish all the best and greatest for us. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here and reading with us. Hope all is well. Stop and smile. Yes, I love. Yes. Praying for friends and family. There's a lot going on. And Bubbles, her solar return is coming up. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. We're pushing towards 700 now, and you've been here from the beginning, organically seeing this, you know, just reading books and vibing off one another. Highest heart love and honor. I wish all the best for all of us. I'm always praying for us. We are going. Oh, yes. Sky blue cloud tonight. Meditation, rest, and restoration. Wishing all the best for us. There's a lot going on. Earthquakes, volcanoes in the ocean. We have to calm the earth down. So we're going to the sky blue cloud tonight, and we're going to meditate, blow some cool air. It's going to be a hot summer. 5 days tonight. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Love, 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 love you. Ay, 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 ay. Love, love, love you. So I love myself. We're doing it. Doing it. You see, crystal, blue onyx, glowing. See, glowing. So eyes on. Peace, peace.